Ready?
Oh, we're recording?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hey guys, welcome back to the For Honors podcast, where each week me and a friend get together and we talk about random topics for your entertainment. As always, I am Tyler, and this is Jaylene.
Again, I'm back for my third episode.
And how are you doing? How are you feeling?
I'm okay. I'm feeling good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You excited still?
Oh, I think so. I think I'll be excited
Just a
for
little
a
bit?
while.
For a while?
Once we hit like episode 20, I probably won't be excited anymore.
Then you'd be like, no, stop calling me?
Yeah, I'd be like, leave me alone.
Okay, fair enough.
So now you got the heads up. So you know not
Okay,
to call
good.
me after
Episode
20.
20, don't call you anymore.
Yep.
Okay.
Say that now. I'll be on, like, you'll give up this podcast someday,
Uh-huh.
and I'll still be on it. Like, it'll just be me sitting in this room
Just
by
you
myself.
sitting and be like, hi guys. He's not doing it anymore, so I'm just going to sit here.
Yeah. That's how excited I am.
Okay. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing,
It's
but okay.
just more like my crippling loneliness.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So, on that note,
On that note,
let's move on to our first topic.
first topic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. You brought this one.
I did.
YouTube content.
Mm-hmm.
So, what we like to watch.
I was
Or what?
thinking, because we kind of, like, touched on this in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking about, like, kind of what content we watch. We were going more of a podcast route, because, you know, it was the first episode of the podcast. But I wanted to kind of dig a little deeper into, like, what kind of stuff we watched on YouTube. Not as much personalities, because we also touched on that, but maybe, like, certain kind of, like formats or just content in general. Like, I know for me personally, like, I watch a lot of gaming stuff on YouTube. Not even just gaming stuff. I like a lot of comedy videos, but, like, unintentional comedy. Like, I don't like sketches and stuff.
Yeah.
I just like when people are just naturally funny.
Okay.
Like, kind of go on tangents and stuff. So I was just curious on, like,
Interesting.
kind of, like, what each of us are drawn to.
Okay.
And, like, how that kind of, like, inspires us
So,
or whatever.
Okay. I'm thinking that the way we do this,
Okay.
first off, beforehand, I already told you this, but I want you to watch this guy's YouTube channel.
Okay.
I'm going to show you maybe 2 videos,
Okay.
and I want your impression, because it goes along with this, like what sort of content
Yeah.
and stuff we like watching.
I kind of know what I'm about to watch,
Yeah.
and I'm scared.
And I'm thinking the best way to do this is maybe if we pull up the people that we subscribe to,
Okay.
and then base it off of that,
Okay.
what we like to watch.
Okay.
Okay.
But we're gonna do the video first.
But first we're going to do the video.
Okay.
Now, the guy's name on YouTube, his channel is Big Marvel.
Okay.
And what he does is he takes songs, popular
Yeah.
songs, and he uses a rubber chicken to redo them.
I just want to, like, before we get into this, I came over today
Yeah.
to, you know, do the podcast, and the first thing you say when I come up here and, like, we start turning, you know, the heater on and everything, you're like, Gabe's been driving me crazy with these chicken guy videos. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Which reminds me, I should probably turn off that heater.
Heater's on.
Heater is on. So, it's picking up in the audio, which is bad. So,
I'm glad I reminded you.
no more heater. Good job.
I'm
Good
sorry for our podcast listeners who had to listen to the heater, but we're cold.
Am I going to edit that out? Probably not.
We
Why-
already mentioned it. They already know. We
They know.
apologize.
We're sorry.
Yeah.
Heater's still on. It's cold if the heater's not on.
Yeah.
We don't want to freeze to death.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, I just want you, like, his thumbnails. Those bottom 2 are his.
Okay.
This guy gets, like, 20 million views.
Okay.
Okay? So, we're gonna first start with the Titanic, My Heart Will Go On, Celine Dion. We'll just play a little bit.
Okay.
Just enough for you, like,
We don't want to get sued.
don't want to get sued.
Yeah.
No. But I just kind of want you to experience this guy and his content.
Okay.
So he does introduce other instruments. But
this starts out nice.
It does. He puts a lot of production into his...
If you just started watching this without, like, context, you'd be like, oh, this is nice. She's playing the harp and she's laughing.
But he goes around and he just films this. Sometimes it's just him standing in front of a microphone. His facial expressions don't change. But yeah, that's what that is.
Okay.
Now the next one, Linkin Park Numb.
This is one of my favorite Linkin Park songs. I'm just waiting for it now.
He does have a pig too.
Oh my god.
And he has a cat piano. So that's that.
Okay.
Not the content I like watching.
No, but it's fun every now and then.
But I thought it would be funny, and I thought we should...
I appreciate that, because you can tell that guy is actually musically talented.
Very.
Very, yeah. And, like, puts a lot of effort into that,
Mm-hmm.
and then just for it to be that funny.
Yeah.
It's just perfect to me.
Yeah.
Okay.
So...
we're pulling up subscribers now?
He deserves all his views, I think.
Oh,
He
definitely.
did a good job. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of work.
I heard Chicken Guy, and I was not expecting something like that good
No.
quality. Like, oh, it's gonna be some... Yeah.
A lot of quality put it in it. So looking at mine,
Okay.
my subscribers and what I typically watch, it seems to be... There are a couple that I watch that are sit-down podcast styles like this.
You're gonna say I have a few like that?
Some very few are gameplay, like actual video games and watching them play. The only ones I really have that do that are like Funhouse, Captain Sparkles.
You're subscribed to a lot more people than me. First off,
a little bit of Achievement Hunter. I also do have some that are like informative on photography styles and videography skills and styles and kits and tutorials and stuff like that, because I like sitting down watching that sort of content.
Yeah.
Like more of the informative content than the guy playing the chicken.
You could learn a lot from that man.
I could. Lot of tech related channels.
Which does not surprise me with you.
No, not at all.
Much.
And then of course I have like Jenna Marbles, because I think she's hilarious. Liza Koshy, of course. Shane, just kind of them. But that typically rounds mine out. I like vlogs. I only watch a certain amount, and then after that, I just kind of like get meh. Like, I'm kind of
I feel
done.
like with vloggers, it has to be people you really just like, you know, personality-wise.
Yeah.
It's like, you don't want to watch, like, you don't want to watch a vlog with somebody whose, like, personality doesn't really stick out to you.
Yeah.
Which could be said about a lot of videos, but it's like the chicken guy, you don't have to know, like, his whole backstory to like his videos. But, like, with the vloggers, you know, you're kind of just living their life
You're
with them,
in there
basically.
to see them, their personality, and nothing that they really create, but more of just them.
Just them, you know, living their lives.
But that tends to be my selection. I don't really do skits and that sort of stuff.
Not anymore. I've kind of, you know, gone away from that. But
I like more of... See, I was going to say like more like the creative stuff, but but skits are creative, and I'm not a big fan of that, like the acting out sort of thing.
Yeah.
More of the real life, useful information.
Now, I used to be big into skits.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I've watched so much Smosh. I'm done with it. I mean, I've had my share.
Fair enough.
Not to you know, talk badly of Smosh. I love their content. It was great. It's just I've had enough.
You've had enough, so you want something else.
I have moved on from that.
I feel like if I want entertainment and just to laugh, then I go to Jenna Marbles. Because I like...
Yeah.
Her stuff is hilarious. One time I fell down a rabbit hole and watched her stuff for an hour or two. Just because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I like what... Do you watch Shane at all?
I used to, not so much anymore.
Recently, he's been doing more of, like, 3-part episodes.
I think you told me about this.
And they're good. Like, high-quality episodes. So recently, he did... his recent one is they went to the haunted ship, the Queen Mary, which was built by the same people that did Titanic. Their ship. And so, like, the ship is extremely haunted. So, him and his group went there and spent the night. But it ended up being, like, a 3-part series. So they actually didn't spend the night until, I think, the 3rd and final episode. And they did other stuff, like preparation and stuff beforehand in the first 2 episodes. And each episode's, like, a 20-30 minute long episode.
Oh, wow.
But it's real, like, it's good content.
Yeah.
Like, it's really good. And I really like the way that he's doing it because also with his past videos, it seems like he enjoys them more.
Yeah, it's not like he's kind of forced into doing it.
Yeah, it's not like doing something just to do something. It's doing something that he enjoys with the people he enjoys. Which I like seeing that. I like seeing people, like, collaborate and be...
Yeah, and you can tell they really enjoy what they're doing. Yeah.
So that's pretty much what I like watching on YouTube.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know if you were done. I didn't want to interrupt. Nope. My first 4 are all from Rooster Teeth on mine. And I don't know if it's like... I have mine set to most relevant. Okay. What is that? Is it like who...
I think
like,
it's the ones you watch the most,
okay, that makes sense. And my first one's Rooster Teeth, and I have Achievement Hunter, Funhouse, and Let's Play.
Yeah.
I watch a lot of, like... I don't watch a lot of gaming content, but I'll watch a lot of, like, stuff on Let's Play. So, like, Funhouse videos or Achievement Hunter. Yeah. So, I just like how they do them. I don't know. They just seem to have fun with whatever game they're playing. Especially Achievement Hunter. They're just a bunch of goofballs. I don't know. They usually have fun with whatever game they're playing. I have a lot of, like more informative stuff than I thought I did. Mm-hmm. Like, I have Good Mythical Morning, which I don't watch too much of anymore, but I will every now and then. I've got, like, Game Theory and The Film Theorist, which I'll go into rabbit holes with those. I don't watch them very often, but, like, once in a great while, I'll go through and I'll just watch so many of them in a row. I haven't watched them in a while. I'll do the same thing with ASAP Science. Which I'm not a science person, but I'll watch a lot of ASAP Science, just right in a row. And, you know... Philip DeFranco's a big one for me, too. Like, really? That's where I get most of my news from. I watch a lot of Philip DeFranco. I used to watch it daily, and now I just don't, but usually, like, every 1 or 2 weeks, I'll catch up.
Interesting.
So, which I didn't really think about, but I saw him on here. I'm like, I do watch a lot of Philip DeFranco. I think that's mostly it. I don't watch a lot of vloggers anymore. Mm-hmm. I kind of used to. Just not so much anymore. Mm-hmm. So,
no, I've noticed personally for me, when it comes to long form podcast sort of stuff, I actually do that more in the morning when I'm eating breakfast.
See, I'll do it like when I'm eating a meal.
Okay.
What I usually do if there's a podcast out that I want to watch is I'll have it up on my laptop, and then like. I'll finish eating my meal, and then I'll pause it, and then when I go to eat my next meal, I'll unpause it, so I'll watch the same podcast, like, 3 days in a row. Or, like, usually when I get off work and I'm, like, laying in bed, like just watch podcasts till I fall asleep. Okay. So that's when I get my podcast fills, either when I'm eating or when I'm in bed and, like, the day's over. Yeah. So, kind of the same way, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's when I do it. Which is also an interesting thing to think about, is the fact that we turn to YouTube and podcasts. Yeah. When typically people would be watching TV shows.
Yeah.
We're like, this TV show's good, but I could watch a podcast.
Yeah, I could watch these people
I could watch
like
these
talk
people.
for an hour. Yeah.
Which is kind of an interesting concept to think about.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting too. Like one of my, obviously, like I think all YouTube content's interesting. I think the whole platform is just, it's kind of hard to wrap your head around sometimes that it got as big as what it did. I'm always intrigued by like why people watch gaming videos, because I think people watch them for different reasons.
Okay.
Like I think the main reason though is like, and a lot of people who don't watch like gaming videos don't understand, is like it is an actual like legit form of entertainment. Yeah. Like I was talking to you about this one time. I'm at this point now where I prefer watching like Twitch streams or like gaming videos on YouTube than actually playing a game myself. Yeah. I don't know if that's from laziness or just like I don't know what it is, but like if a new game comes out, the first thing I'll do is like watch a Twitch stream of it or like watch somebody play it on YouTube. I won't go out and buy the game because I'm getting more enjoyment out of watching somebody do it. Yeah. I just think it's interesting, like how there's this form of entertainment that is sold to consumers for like you to buy and then take home and enjoy yourself. But then there's this whole other like entertainment platform that just is doing it for you. Yeah. It's just a weird concept. Because I think some people are like think of it as like game tutorials or things like that. It's not really that anymore. Yeah. It's an actual like form of, of entertaining people.
Like sitting down and watching them play the game and hearing their thoughts and ideas and stuff like that. I think maybe something that draws you more towards that and what draws other people towards that is because as long as it's not a live video, because Twitch is huge and people watch and listen to that all the time. I mean, I do too. But if it's something that is YouTube and it's edited, then you're seeing all the good parts.
I would say you're not like...
So you don't have... When you're playing it, you have to play through everything. Yeah. Where if you watch something, you're only watching the good entertaining parts. I would say
there's times when you're like stuck on a certain level or like can't figure something out in a game. They probably skip over that. I understand.
Also, less stress.
Yeah. I was thinking that a lot when Cuphead came out. Yes. I loved watching Cuphead streams because I'm like, this game looks amazing. And every time I watched it, I'm like, if I played this game, I would get so aggravated with myself. I don't know how many times I would throw my controller. Yeah. Because it just was so... It looked so aggravating. But I loved watching gameplay of it. And, like, I loved watching people succeed at that game. Especially the co-op. Because the co-op looked just even more of a mess. Yeah. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'm bad at video games naturally. It's like, I can watch these people just, do good at it. But... I don't know. It always interests me that, like, that's its, own form of entertainment. Yeah. But that could be said about, like, vlogging, too. I mean, you could go out and do things that vloggers are doing. But, like, you also kind of get more enjoyment out of just watching them do it. Yeah. But it's interesting how these forms of, like, entertainment just kind of come up. Yeah. Just watch somebody do something that you could go do on your own. But get the same amount of, like, enjoyment out of it. Yeah. That went on a tangent.
Well, that's all I have to say about it.
I think that's all I have to say. Good? Yeah, I didn't think I was going to go that far with it, but the more I was thinking about it, I'm like, I don't know. Then you brought up, like, how we don't go to TV.
Yeah, like, which I think is very interesting.
I don't know. TV just doesn't do it for me as much anymore.
Yeah, same. So, with that, the close of topic 1. The rise of topic 2. Favorite childhood things. Toys, games, memories, nostalgia in general.
Okay. First off, we should start this off by saying, because you're 21?
Sure am.
And I'm 20. So,
not much nostalgia, but still nostalgia.
Still some.
On some stuff.
So this would be what?
There always is.
About like 10, 15 years ago we're basing this on?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So,
anything you'd like to go?
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna let you go first.
You're gonna let me go first.
I don't care. You want to go first?
let's see here. For me, if we're talking toys, and I still have them, is one, this bear. It's a small stuffed bear that I have that has like a red heart on the outside of it. And my grandma knitted or crocheted, I'm not sure which one, this like blue sweater for it with this white tee on the front. And so I called it Whitey. Not Whitey. White Tee is his name.
That's so creative.
I've had him forever. And currently he has a designated spot in my room.
Yeah.
In my closet that I have him like sitting up. So I can see him whenever I want to. Don't really like do anything. He just kind of sits there, but it's like I don't want to get rid of him.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. The second one from Toy Story, Woody.
I wouldn't have guessed you as a Woody guy. I would have so thought Buzz Lightyear.
It was Buzz, right?
Yeah.
No, it was Woody.
Oh, that really surprises me.
I know, right? But I still have him, and he's also sitting in my closet in my room, next to Whitey.
Are they like best friends at this point? They've been through everything together?
Probably. But I've had him since probably the first movie. We'll never get rid of him. And I'm pretty sure both of them will go with me wherever I go.
Nice. I had a similar thing. I was definitely a stuffed animal kid. I had totes full of stuffed animals. Yeah. One thing that just about anybody who knew me growing up will tell you, I definitely had an obsession with Build-A-Bear Workshop. Mm-hmm. I think by the time when I got my last one, I was in like the 70s with how many I had. It was crazy. Now, I didn't go to Build-A-Bear that much. My grandma, bless her heart, would go on eBay and just get boxes of them. And she'd be like, oh, here's these Build-A-Bears. I remember when I was in like 3rd grade. You remember like when the book fair would come?
Yes, and you got excited because you got to go there and leave class and look around and mark what you wanted.
That also goes with this. It's like book fair.
Yeah.
I got a Build-A-Bear Workshop like book that had like, you know, all like the different kind of bears they had throughout the years. And there was this old like turtle bear that they used to have.
Okay.
And you couldn't get it anymore because they discontinued it. And turtles were like my favorite animal at the time, and I always talked about how I wish that I could have one of these turtles. And like probably a month later, my grandma shows up and she bought 2 of them off eBay, and I named them Terrence and Tina. They were twins. I would say that was like when I think of my childhood, I think of just like Build-A-Bear Workshop because it consumed me. And then I remember once I got like a little bit older, maybe like I don't know, 9 or 10, they had a like Bearville online.
Yes.
And it was kind of like a Club Penguin Webkinz sort of a thing, but it's for Build-A-Bear, and I was all over it. Like it was, my house was pretty nice in that game.
See, never gotten to Build-A-Bear. Never been to a Build-A-Bear. Maybe we should go sometime.
You always bring this up, and I just cringe because I'm like, oh, childhood.
Like, never been to Build-A-Bear. We did get into Webkinz, though.
I was sort of into Webkinz. It kind of took over for a little bit.
And by we, I mean me, my brother, my cousins, my grandma.
I think
it was a family event.
I think if you got into Webkinz, it was because you had a group of Webkinz friends. Because I had that. It was like me, my brother, like 3 of our cousins, and like 2 or 3 other kids who rode the bus with us. Yeah. And we were all on Webkinz because it's something that I never really cared about, but everyone in like this school bus circle that I was with, they're like, you need to get Webkinz. Yeah. And I'm like, And then I got Webkinz. I'm like, oh, Webkinz. I think that's like, I don't think you just get a Webkinz and you do it on your own. You need the whole Webkinz circle.
Yeah, I don't think that's like a solo thing. Yeah. Because the biggest thing was you unlock this special thing to decorate your Webkinz place, and then people can see it.
And then you like show it off to your friends.
Yeah, and then you play games, and then you can like chat a bit.
Did you remember the Webkinz Arcade?
Yes.
Did you have a favorite Webkinz game? Because I remember mine.
I'm sure I did. I remember there was one where it like There was like a spinning one. I don't remember.
The Wheel of WoW.
Yes.
My brain, like, I have all these things stashed in there, and they're all just spewing out. Like, Wheel of WoW, I don't think I've said that in years, and it just, like,
that was fun.
I remember you could do Wheel of WoW once a day, and the Webkinz Wishing Well once a day.
Yes. And then, one that I do remember was, I think it was, like, Bejeweled, but it had the milk. It was, like, the cow one. So it had, like, the milk.
I know what you're talking. That's the
jars.
one. That's the one Berg I played. Yeah.
That one I remember. The rest I don't remember. But that one I remember.
Was it it was cow something, I think. That's gonna bug me.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. But that one I do remember. Other than that, I have no clue.
I remember I played a polar plunge. It was a polar bear on a sled, and you basically had to like sled through all these obstacles and stuff, and you used the arrow keys on your keyboard.
Okay.
And I played it for hours. And I'm like, that's how I got all my like Webkinz money. Was through polar plunge.
I think mine was the milk one. The cow.
I don't remember.
I think it was like Bejeweled. It was like Candy Crush.
I know what you're trying. That's the one that Berge would play all the time.
Yeah, but it was before Candy Crush, so it was
like Webkinz did it first. Cash Cow. That's what it was.
Cash Cow. Yep.
I remember so many pointless things from my life. Like I can't remember anything important, but I can remember the games in the Webkinz Arcade.
Yeah. Let's see here. Another thing. Sea monkeys.
I never had sea monkeys, like the physical ones, but my grandma had the PC game.
Okay.
And you know what? I dare any kid who had physical sea monkeys to tell me otherwise, but the game was better. The game was so good. You saved up all your money to get the giant castle, and you just felt so proud.
See, I played the game a bit, but I did have the physical sea monkeys.
Yeah.
I had one that, of course, the jar is only like this big. Mm-hmm. And it had a glow-in-the-dark pirate ship inside, like wrecked pirate ship inside of it. And I distinctly remember, I was like, it glows in the dark, so it can't be in the sunlight too often. I don't know why. This was just thought in the head. It's like, if it's not in the dark, it's not going to glow. Yeah. So what's the point of having it not be in the dark? So I distinctly remember having it being placed underneath our kitchen sink in the kitchen cabinet.
How did it glow then? Because you need the sunlight to get the glow.
You do need the sunlight.
I'm like, so, wait a minute, this doesn't add up.
So what I do is, before I went to see it at night, I would set it out on the windowsill for like an hour. And then, when it came down and like the sun came down, then the ship would glow.
And then that's when you would stick it in the kitchen cupboard.
Yes, underneath the sink. And when I was done looking at it, I would stick it underneath the sink. I
just picture, like, little Tyler sitting underneath the kitchen sink with his sea monkeys and being like, it glows!
That's what I would do!
Like, you couldn't see it anywhere else, just under the kitchen sink.
Under the kitchen sink. It had a designated spot. You open up the cupboard, and it was sitting right there.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Tamagotchis.
I never had a Tamagotchi.
Really?
Mm-mm. I was too busy playing Sea Monkeys on my grandma's PC.
Tamagotchis took too much time.
That's what I've heard.
Because like every 5 minutes, if that, they'd be yelling at you because they need something.
Yeah. I don't think I'm not that responsible now. I definitely wasn't as a child, so that's probably why I didn't.
And there were only 3 buttons, so you're like, I don't want this one, I don't want this one, I don't want this one, I want this one, so you press the center button. So you had like forward, back, select. And you had to go through the wheel of, are you feeding it? Are you taking it somewhere? Are you cleaning up its mess? Are you playing a game with it? Like there's a whole wheel that went above the top and bottom of this thing. And then it had the Tamagotchi in the center. And you had 3 buttons.
I remember, like, I always see, like, people talking about it. And I always remember people saying that, like, the poop was an issue.
Yeah.
Like, did you have to clean up after him?
All the time.
Oh my god.
All the time. It was either hungry, tired, or it needed to poop.
See, with the virtual sea monkeys, you know, they're all in the water.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing. You're just like,
yeah.
It'll float away.
I'm trying to think what else I had as a kid. I remember, because I grew up with my brother, and then we had my stepbrother and sister, who were about the same age as us. We were all pretty close in age. And I remember when the Game Boy SPs came out, and
first ever handheld system.
I remember my brother had a Game Boy Advance before that. And when he got his Game Boy SP, I got his Game Boy Advance. I'm like, oh yeah, this is cool. But then my stepbrother and sister both got a Game Boy SP. So then it got a little bit irritating. It's like, okay, they all have the new cool Game Boys, and I got this Game Boy Advance. I remember we were at, like, a baseball game or something for, like, I don't know, like, Little League or something, and my brother's sitting at the top of the bleachers and drops his Game Boy SP and breaks it. And I'm like, it'll teach him. They bought him a new one before I even got one. I never got a Game Boy SP. And you know what? They all lost theirs since then. I still have my Game Boy Advance, and it works.
No lie, there's a mom and pop video game store up in Tiffin.
Yeah.
And they have like 3 or 4 Game Boy Advance SPs, and I thought about buying one just to buy one. I'm like, maybe I do, because I originally had the silver one.
Yeah.
I remember just saying I got it for my birthday from my grandpa, because I got that and the Beyblade video game.
Okay.
Which was literally, there's a map, there's places you could fall down, and you took your Beyblade and you went around, tried to navigate the map and hit like the other Beyblades that are there and knock them off the edge, and then you'd battle them and get like other parts to make your Beyblade stronger and stuff like that. Yeah, it was intense. Also, I had the Kim Possible video game.
Oh my gosh.
And that was fantastic. But no. Yeah, the SP, the silver one, was my very first one. I remember I had like a case, and it was a silver case, black zippers, said Game Boy Advance SP on it. Like, it was embossed in it.
Yeah.
And you could carry it around, or you could wear it like a backpack. Did I ever wear it like a backpack? I'm sure. I don't remember.
That's what all the cool kids did with their
Probably.
SPs. I wouldn't know because I never got one. I think that's the one thing I'll always be salty about. And probably as like a kid, I probably didn't even want one that bad.
Yeah.
But looking back, and I'm like, that's pretty irritating. I never got one. Like, and I'm the only one who kept my Game Boy Advance since then.
Yeah.
It's like, didn't take care of their stuff. I did.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like, you broke this, you lost this. But not my Game Boy.
How about memories?
Memories.
Because I have a couple.
Okay, I'm sure I'll think of something.
Each one of them kind of relates to Gabe. In some way or another.
Okay.
Memory 1. Every year we take a family trip somewhere. And we spend a week, typically. So we decided to go to, I think it was Hucking Hills and like Mohican and all that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, we decided to go do that this year and go like canoeing and stuff as a family and hike the trails and everything that they have. So we're at Mohican, and it's my mom, my dad, me, and Gabe. Gabe keeps running off. Like, as we're hiking down these trails, he keeps running off. And then he starts noticing that there's initials and people's names carved in the tree, because, you know, people just do that. And he was asking, why are there people's names in the tree? Like, this isn't how a tree grows. Like, why are there names? And so we decided we would take advantage of it and make up a story to make him behave. So all 3 of us were in on it, and we came up with the Mohican Monkey.
Oh my gosh.
What the Mohican Monkey was this monkey that lived in Mohican, obviously. That's how it got its name. Yeah. But what it did was it would always take its victim, which was the first person in line, or the little kid that ran away.
This is just cruel.
Would swing by, pick him up, leave, and wherever he grabs the victim from, he would scratch their name or initials in the tree.
How old was Gabe when you told him this?
Maybe 5?
I feel like that could scar a kid.
I don't know, probably 5 or 6.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so after we told him that story, he didn't want to be first anymore. And he didn't run away.
Oh my gosh.
Another vacation Gabe story. We were driving down to Florida. And we pass a couple signs that say alligator crossing. Okay.
Okay.
We get this great idea of, you know what? We can probably mess with Gabe. So what do? We roll down his window on his side, and my dad locks it so that he can't roll up the window or anything. We then tell him that the alligators are coming for him because he has his window down and that he needs to roll it up. He's freaking out because he can't roll it up because my dad locked it on him, to the point where he starts crying, and we're like, okay, never mind, Gabe, we're just messing with you. The alligators aren't gonna get you, and we rolled up the window.
Did he roll down the windows after?
Nope.
Scared him too much?
Nope. Kept the windows up. Another Gabe story. All these involve like stuff that we did to him. Like, but this one's a cute one.
Okay. Oh, you didn't like scar him for life in this one?
No,
okay.
no. In this one, we didn't scar him for life. This one's a cute one. We went ahead, and my dad used to have a van that had the push button to open and close the door.
Oh, okay.
And so Gabe was big into Star Wars, like had all the figures, had them in this Darth Vader case that held all of them with their names stamped in front so you knew who was who.
Okay.
He could tell you who was who, what movie they were in, like when they showed up, how long they lasted in the movie, that sort of like huge Star Wars fan. So we decided to have fun with him again, and this probably went on for a couple of years, I would assume. And every time we would hop out of the car, we would tell Gabe to use the Force.
Oh. So he thought he was...
He thought he was opening and shutting the car door when we were pressing the button, either on the inside or on the keychain.
I feel like learning that the Force isn't real, that there's buttons there, is like learning that Santa isn't real. It
probably would have been devastating for him, but I don't remember him freaking out or crying or anything like that. But that's a good one. Another good one. Now that I think about it, this should be like a topic in Gabe stories.
Yeah, Gabe stories.
Another good one, and this is probably what I'll leave you with, and then you can tell me what your favorite ones are. Every year we used to go camping with our grandma. We go to Mohican and spend a week there. And one day, she ended up making us breakfast. You know, pancakes, bacon, eggs, the whole thing. And we're all finished, and Gabe's still eating. And Gabe's kind of done, but he still has some pancakes left that he doesn't want to, like, eat quite yet.
Yeah.
But he doesn't want to throw them away because he's still going to eat them.
Yeah.
And so he leaves, and we're all kind of, like, doing our thing, whatever. And all of a sudden, we look back at the picnic table, where his pancakes are sitting on the plate, and a squirrel hops on top of this picnic table. What does it do? It picks up Gabe's pancake, and instead of eating it there, runs off to a tree, sits in front of the tree, and eats the pancake. Where Gabe can see.
So, I just picture the squirrel just staring at Gabe while eating his pancake.
I have a picture.
Oh my god.
If I'm not too lazy, I will show it in this video. I will edit it.
You said that last time and you weren't lazy. You did have a picture, so maybe you will.
It's a good photo because it's literally a squirrel at the bottom of the tree eating a pancake that you know is Gabe's. And this squirrel had no remorse whatsoever. It was like, hey, listen, if you're willing to leave your food unattended, I'm gonna take it. So that's pretty good.
I'm sure I have stories of, like, me and my siblings from when I was younger. I just can't, think of any like that. I do have a story, though. And my grandma will probably kill me for telling it, but it's one of my favorite stories. Mm-hmm. So I'm sorry, Grandma, I know you're watching, but this is one of the many reasons why you're just my favorite. I was lucky enough, me and my brother both were, to go to Disney World when we were younger. Mm-hmm. So, like, you know, we still believed in the magic and everything. I think I was, like, 7 or 8. And we spent a week down there. And I think we were in Animal Kingdom the one day.
Okay.
And, you know, we were in between, like, rides and stuff. And, you know those, like, Mickey-shaped ice cream bars?
Okay.
Yeah, we're like, well, we'll get some of those and we'll go, like, sit and eat them. And it was so hot. It's, like, Florida, you know. But it's in November, but it's, like, still 90 degrees out. And, so we're sitting there, we're eating them, and we're eating them quick because they're melting real fast. Yeah. So, but of course, like, my grandma's still kind of being patient with hers because she's, you know, she's taking her time. She's classy.
Yeah.
So me and my brother, we just devoured ours. And so we get done eating ours, and we're kind of just like running around like hooligans. I remember Jacob bought this like football from like the dinosaur ride or whatever. Okay. So we're like tossing a football back and forth, and you know, my mom's taking pictures. And my grandparents are still eating their ice cream bars. And then so, you know, all this is going on. They finally get done eating theirs. And I don't know I think my grandma dropped her popsicle stick underneath the bench that they were sitting on. So she's like, well, I can't litter. So instead of reaching like under the bench like this, she reaches in between the like pieces of wood on the bench to get it. And gets her arm stuck because they don't make those that big. Yeah. Okay. So they make them big enough to where you can drop a popsicle stick down there, but not big enough to where like you can just stick your arm through it. Yeah. She sticks her arm through this bench, and she's kind of sitting there for a while, and she finally just admits she's stuck. We're in Florida. It's like 90 degrees, and my grandma has her arm stuck in a bench. My mom, I think, has a picture of it somewhere. So, me and, you know, my brother were all anxious to get on a ride. Everyone's ready to go. And we have to wait on my grandma to get unstuck from a bench. She finally, like, wiggled her way out. But one of my, like, fondest memories of a child is just, like, my grandma, like, oh, I won't litter. And getting stuck in the process. I'm like...
She's just trying to do a good thing.
She's trying to do a good deed, and then that happens to her. It's like, just what a awful coincidence. But it's just, nice. It is how it is. I just can't think of anything. I'm sure, like, I've done something stupid as a child that would make a good story. I can't think of anything, though. But that's one of my, like, favorite childhood memories. Like...
All mine just involve Gabe.
Yeah.
Messing with Gabe on something. So. Okay. On topic 3?
I think so.
Okay. Topic 3. What does it mean to be an influencer? So, lately, the word influencer has been going around because as YouTube grows and as more people find popularity on there, people are like, we're turning away from celebrity endorsements and going to these influencers. Mm-hmm. Where, given a couple years ago, an influencer, you'd be laughed at. You wouldn't be invited to something. It'd be like, no, we're not inviting you to this grand opening or party for some sort of movie. Instead, we're saving that for the people that actually do things and actually have an entertainment job. But with the upcoming years... more people and more companies have turned towards influencers. What are your thoughts? First of all, how would you describe an influencer? And kind of, what are your thoughts on the word and what it means in general?
Okay, so how would I describe an influencer?
Yes.
I think in the sense you're talking, I think someone who just, like, has an impact on the entertainment industry. Okay. And, like, can really... like, you know, not only create an audience, but really keep them, like, on their toes and intrigued. I guess, like, you say influencer, and I just kind of think of also, like, someone who's inspiring. Okay. So, like, people kind of look up to them, and they see them as a role model. Okay. I think that's for, like, you know... be said for people on YouTube or like Twitch or even there are people who just are famous from like Instagram or, you know,
just any sort of online
stuff, like any kind of social media, like online platform. So I think anybody who has kind of their own audience and just really, you know, I don't know, just has their own kind of online audience that they kind of just keep with them. But I definitely think of them being like not like inspirational in general, but like I think of them as people who inspire the people who look up to them or like watch their content or, you know, follow them on social media or whatever.
So then, who do you consider as being an influencer for you? And kind of, what do you think, like, the weight on their shoulders is? Like, what do you think it is to be an influencer and how they have to deal with things compared to a normal person?
I think it's a kind of a weird catch-22 thing when we're going, like, based off, like, you know, the social media people. Mm-hmm. Because I think they're still seen as, like, real people, and that's why they, you know, are looked up to so much. We kind of touched on that in the first episode. Yeah. Like, how they're, you know, real personalities shine through and all that. But at the same time, they're not, really. Mm-hmm. I mean, they, I think, are up there with celebrities and are very popular. I mean, they do get noticed in, you know, public places and all that. Maybe not as much as that intense of a level as, like, celebrities do. Yeah. Like, the paparazzis are after them. But, like, you know, they do get noticed in public. So I think that is kind of a weird thing, like, as a viewer to realize. It's like, you know, they're not really normal anymore. Yeah. They're not just normal people.
Like, it's an interesting in-between.
Yeah. You said that, and my first thought went to, like, PewDiePie. Okay. He's always getting in trouble for, like, you know, saying things he shouldn't or doing jokes he shouldn't because he's, you know, an influencer and he's got so many people watching him. And it's weird to think about because he's got to watch those things now because, you know, I don't know, did they end up canceling his YouTube Red series?
I believe they did.
I think they did.
They canceled his YouTube Red series, like, but he's still doing content.
Yeah. Like, he's responsible for, like, that kind of stuff now and, like, sponsorship deals and all that. So he really kind of has to watch that stuff. Whereas when he first started on YouTube, he probably didn't have to watch any of that. It's like he could just say and do whatever he wants. It's probably a weird transition for a lot of these people to go from, like, oh, I can do whatever, you know, I have all this freedom to, like, okay, well, now I'm sponsored. Now I have my own YouTube Red series. You know, I really got to, you know, watch what I'm doing. Yeah. Maybe not as much as, like, you would on, you know, TV or in a movie or something. But it's weird that we see them as real life people, but they're not.
So then here becomes an interesting thing. Is the fact of that they have to watch themselves once they hit a certain point. The interesting balance that I think of is how much of watching themselves does it go without them losing themselves?
Yeah, that's true too. Like,
because what initially they gather an audience because of who they are, their personality.
And then they sort of have to change that to adjust. And then, I mean, you're just not really the same person anymore. Yeah, so it's really got to watch your content.
It's a tough balancing act of, I still want to be myself, but for example, like, getting ads and getting those demonetized and stuff, you still want to do ads as well as other sources of revenue. But it's like, what do I say and how much of myself can I be without pushing it too far and everyone turning away?
Which has been a real problem on YouTube lately, like with the adpocalypse. Yeah. That I think they're still trying to figure out. Like, I know Funhouse in particular, like, they've talked about this on, you know, a few YouTube podcasts, but, like, they're lucky enough to where they are part of Rooster Teeth. Yeah. So, like, they have stuff on their website and, like, they have merch sales and, you know, stuff like that. But, like, a lot of their, like, demo disc videos get demonetized just because of...
Because they don't cut anything out. It's
them. And they show content that, you know, isn't, like... It's for mature audiences. Yeah, like, they show, like, pornography and stuff like that. Yeah. But,
I mean, like, nothing intense. Like, they do,
like, they do the blurring
They
and all
blur
that,
out and everything to the point where you can't really see anything. Yeah, it's usually, but still, like, the fact of it is,
it's still there, and, like, they're still making those jokes and all that. But it's weird because those are the things that got them to where they are. Yeah. And they were kind of talking about that, too. Like, they have to watch it more. Even, like, I think one time, Adam made, like, kind of a racy thumbnail, and their video got demonetized.
Because of
a thumbnail. Yeah. And it's weird that like they even said that's like they really have to watch it now.
Mm-hmm.
Even though they are partnered with Rooster Teeth and they do have merch sales, it's like that is a big thing for them. That is a lot of revenue they're missing out on.
Yeah.
Just for them to like kind of censor themselves a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
When before it's not something they probably had to think about as much, because you know these are the things that got them popular. This is why they're funny. This is why they're entertaining.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see where this goes from here, because I think a lot of creators right now are dealing with that, where they have those mature audiences and this is what they're used to, and then now they kind of have to back away from that a little bit just so they can kind of, you know, keep this as their job and, you know, keep their revenue coming in. Yeah. So they can have ads on their videos.
And then I mean that also, as the years go by, as they grow and change, so does their audience. Yeah. Their audience either grows with them and follows them, or falls away and they gain a new audience. Yeah. So it's like, what part of them is the audience that they currently have that they had previously? What is that new audience or current audience looking at that they find entertaining? Yeah.
I think, like, I keep bringing up Smosh, but I think Smosh goes through this, like, a lot of their content, like, as people get older, they kind of just, like, you know, you see so much of the same thing. And I think Smosh is more towards, like, not, like, young audiences, but, like, high school, maybe. Yeah. I got to the point where it's, like, it's just not for me anymore. I think,
like you aged out of it. Yeah. So you're kind of like, I'm on to the next thing.
I think Rhett and Link's sort of the same way. Yeah. I never thought they really would be, because I started watching Rhett and Link, and I thought they were definitely for more like an adult audience. I felt like one of their younger viewers at the time. And I think they're more leaning towards their younger audience now, which is very interesting to me, because you watch like some of their first Good Mythical Mornings, and it's just them like talking about like, oh, this silly news thing happened, or like, let's talk about our kids. And now they're doing like, you know, taste tests and stuff. Yeah. And you could tell they're really appealing to that younger audience, which isn't a bad thing. You know, they're the viewers that they, you know, obviously those viewers are important. That's why they're leaning towards them. It's just interesting to see how they went from like kind of a more mature audience to like sort of, you know, younger.
To try to adapt, to try to catch that new audience.
Because like I don't personally watch them very much anymore, because I miss when they would just kind of sit, you know, talk or like tell us stories and stuff like that. And now it's like I don't really want to see them like deep fry something and eat it personally. Yeah. Every now and then maybe, but it's like it's not just
on a regular basis.
Yeah, I think a lot of channels are learning to adapt like that, but it's kind of interesting that you brought that up.
Yeah, I just think it's a weird balancing act of they're not considered famous in the traditional sense.
Yeah, but they're not just.
But they're not famous.
I think like society as a whole is getting better at that. Yeah. Like recognizing that. I went and I don't remember what movie this was or how long ago this was, and even what the YouTuber was. This is so not helpful, but I saw a movie one time and there were like 2 or 3 like YouTubers in it. And I'm like, oh, like that's cool. Yeah. I couldn't tell you the movie or who was in it. I would probably think of it like once we get done recording. But like they're starting to like kind of include them more and stuff like that. Or like they show up at movie premieres more. Yeah. Or I know a lot of like,
or they have their own movie premieres.
Yeah. Or like a lot of them have their own like awesome YouTube Red series now, which is kind of, you know, kind of almost like having your own TV show, because I think YouTube's also going in that direction now. Yes. And like a lot of like people who do gaming content on YouTube will get invited to like press releases for games and stuff and like help promote them. So I think they're getting better at that. Yeah. Including them. Yeah. I think it's a lot better than what it was 5 years ago.
Yeah, I think businesses are starting to recognize that they can't just throw in a random celebrity and be like, here, endorse this. They have to figure out who their audience is, figure out who their audience cares about.
And then kind of...
Which happens to be more influencers than a movie star. Yeah. And they're like, okay, you're invited to come see this. We want you to do a video series or one video of it. And just kind of give us your honest opinions. We don't want you to script anything. Yeah. We want you to give your honest opinions. Because your audience... Clearly the audience will know it's fake. Yeah. If it's scripted, they will know, and they will call you out on it.
It's like, I think Michael from Rooster Teeth, they were at like some don't remember if it was like EA or Rockstar event or something, and he was on stage for this event for this game, and he's like, "This game sucks. It's garbage." And he got off stage, and like everyone else expected like Michael to get chewed out because they're like, we're at this conference, and the guy's like, "No, I appreciate you being honest. It's like that way we can fix those things, or we could see what like what needs to be done. Obviously, your audience agrees with you. They're doing what you're doing, and looking up to what you say. We're glad you said we sucked. We'll fix it." But that's also weird too, that it's like, I don't know. I feel like with, like you said, like the traditional celebrities, it's more scripted. Yeah. Like this is more real.
Yeah, and I think that
appears to be more real.
That's what people are turning more towards.
Yeah.
So. They don't want the fake whatever, and that's also kind of why live streams are more popular, is because they get to see. It's not edited. It's not cut. It's everything.
Yeah.
So you can't hide anything. If something highly risky. If something happens, like
that's what happened to PewDiePie when he made that what was it, that racial slur? Yeah. And it was a live stream, and
you can't cut it out.
Yeah.
So
I have a risk to take. Yeah. But a lot of people do like that, where it's just like, it's not just you editing out, something you did wrong or whatever. It's like you just being real. You get to see how that person really is.
Yeah. I think that's kind of why I don't do a heavy edit on this. Like, if I do other video content, I'll edit it. Yeah. But when it comes to this, I don't do a heavy edit, just because I like that part of realism. Yeah. I think it makes it a stronger connection. So that's kind of why I'm like, no, we'll keep in the heater. We're not going to cut that out. We'll keep in the heater. You can see me turn it off.
Unless I make a racial slur, then we might cut that out.
Then we will cut that out.
But the odds of that happening are not very high. I promise.
But yeah, so I just think it's interesting, the topic of influencer.
Yeah, definitely.
What they are.
I didn't think about it too much till you brought it up. And then, we start going on a tangent. I feel like we do that a lot with this podcast. The things that I think I'll contribute to, I don't too much, and then we get on these ones. Like this one, I'm like, I won't have anything for this topic. Yeah. And then, there I go. Giant tangent.
Okay. So, next topic, if you're done with that tangent.
I believe so. We can start another one.
Okay. Next topic is things you could do for hours. So what is it that you sit down and you enjoy, or you go out and you enjoy, that you're like, you sit down, it's 2 p.m. and next thing you know, it's 8 p.m.
I'm going to be completely honest here. I do this constantly with Wikipedia. Really? I will pull up Wikipedia. It'll be like, I used to like search like random things that like I was curious about. Now I got my Wikipedia app on my phone, and they're like, here's the article of the day. And I'll be like, I'll read about that. And I'll just keep looking at articles, and like it'll link to something else. I'll click the little link, and I'll be on Wikipedia for like 5 hours just reading about stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So then you click the link, you look at the page. Yeah. Do you click on other links through that page? Is that
usually I don't finish an article because I'm intrigued by something else.
And you're like, oh, I want to learn about this.
Just a short attention span. But like I always talk to people about this. I'm like, you ever go on Wikipedia like searches? And they're like, no. I'm like, yeah, me neither. But like I will. Or like if I'm really fascinated with something, like I'm trying to think of an example. Like this is kind of a stretch, but like when I was first starting to get into the Beatles, like, I started to learn about like the culture of the 1960s in general. Yeah. So like I was reading stuff about like not only like the Beatles, but I was learning about like the like peace movement and like JFK and like just all this stuff. And I just go on for hours just on Wikipedia probably, because those stupid like blue links in every article, and there's like billions of them. I just go for hours.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because like that reminds me of the Wikipedia game that we made up.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like
there's an actual app for that now.
I know there is.
Yeah.
But it's like when we were in high school and stuff, you would pick one word and we would pick another random word. And you had to get to that random word by only clicking through the blue links.
Yeah.
And then you had to see who could get there the fastest and in like less amount of clicks and stuff like that.
Yeah, my senior year of English, I think we did that like 3 times a week. Like that's all we would do was Wikipedia game.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Mine. Probably editing. Photos and videos and stuff. I can sit down for hours and just do that. Like, 100% content. I'll just sit there, have my laptop, open up Photoshop, be like, I want to do these set of photos, and I'll just sit there and do it.
Yeah.
One time this past summer, I actually did that with my camera, put the photos to my iPad, and then just edited them on there. And I sat there for hours. Like, my friend was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, I'm just kind of like messing with these photos and making them look different and cool and stuff. Those ones are like the black and white ones with the color splash.
Oh, yeah, that you have on your Instagram.
Those I sat down and I just did because I was like, this is fun.
If you're curious what he's talking about, go look at Tyler's Instagram. He's got some nice pictures on there. There you go. I plugged you.
Thank you. The link is in the description below. Plug. Yeah, I think that's my biggest one.
I would say, I don't know what else I just do for hours. I've been, like, really into Sudoku lately. So
really?
I'll sit and do Sudoku for, like, hours.
Interesting.
Maybe not hours, but, like, I'll turn on a Twitch stream and, like, the whole stream, I'll be watching it, and then I'll, like, I have a Sudoku book, and then I have an app on my phone. And I'll just do that. All my, like things I'm talking about on here, it makes me sound like I'm smart. I'm not. I just have, like, my hobbies are similar to, like, things that logical or, like, logical people do.
Yeah.
I'm just not smart. I just enjoy their hobbies.
I just pretend to be for a moment.
Yeah. I could probably tell you a lot about JFK, though.
I don't do much of, like, article reading or Wikipedia or stuff.
Yeah.
Mine is actually learning about different camera techniques and stuff through YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube content that's like, check out how you can do this or get this angle, or what happens when you use this lens, or how can you get this artistic effect, because I find that entertaining.
Yeah. So you'll sit, like, obviously you'll learn something from it, but will you watch those just as a form of entertainment?
I do.
Really?
Yeah. Like, I don't know why, but I find it fascinating.
Yeah.
Actually, I do know why. I like watching other people's creative process.
Okay, that makes sense.
I like sitting down and talking with people and being like, what are you interested in? What do I know that you do well and enjoy? And I want to talk to you about it. I want to know why you do it, what inspires you to do it. I want to, like, sit down and actually just see. Like, I don't like documentaries.
Yeah.
Not a fan of documentaries. But I love watching people just in their creative space and just kind of doing their thing. Like, I love watching it and, like, talking to them afterwards. Like, why do you do this? Or what makes you come up with this idea? Or why do you do it this way instead of this way? Like, I find that fascinating beyond, like, anything. Can't stand documentaries.
Really?
Yeah.
I can watch a good documentary every now and then. Some of them kind of drag on. I find I don't really like documentaries, but I like documentary series.
Okay.
Like, Netflix just had one, I think last, like, December they started it, November, December. And it was, I think, a 4-part series on, like, toys. Okay. Like, I think they did G.I. Joe, He-Man, Barbie, and the Star Wars figures. And each one got their own episode. And I don't remember how long they were, but they just kind of went through and they explained, like, this is how they became a thing.
Okay.
This is how they got big. This is, you know, the people behind it. This is, like, you know, the world's reaction to it. And I really enjoyed that. I didn't think I would, but, like, I really like documentary series, you know, stuff like that. But I can't just really sit and watch a full documentary. There was also one on Netflix that was based around the 1960s. Okay. And I watched the whole thing about that.
You're like, yes, I'm in.
The 60s. I think I was born in the wrong time
Probably.
period. But, like, each episode was a different thing that happened. So, like, one was just all about, like, the British invasion. And then there was one about, like, JFK and, like, the whole, like, Cuban
Missile
thing.
crisis?
Yeah. I couldn't think of the word. Just like each one, I kind of like how they're split up. It doesn't seem like one long, continuous thing. Mm-hmm. Whereas, I mean, you just kind of sit and watch in parts. Yeah. So. Interesting. And I'm still not smart. I'm fascinated.
Yeah, so. I mean, that's what I do.
It doesn't surprise me with you. You're not only like a technical guy, you're also pretty creative. Yeah. So I'm not surprised by what you could do for hours. Yeah. So.
I mean that's what I enjoy.
Kind of hits the nail on the head right there.
Yeah, pretty much. I wouldn't be a good marketing major if I wasn't part creative, part technical.
That's true.
So. I don't know. I'm trying to think of like video games, but I don't have time for video games.
You're too busy editing pictures.
Exactly.
And watching other people do artistic things.
So it's like, do I not have time? Or is it that I prefer to watch other people be creative and do fascinating things over that? Which I still enjoy video games a lot. Yeah. And when I get into them, I'm like all in for an hour or so.
I feel bad, like, because I've never really been like super into video games, but like there was a time in my life when I really did like them. Like I could sit and play video game. Yeah. I just don't really do it anymore, and I'm like, that's kind of sad. But I constantly watch like gameplay videos and like Twitch streams, so it's like it's not that I'm not into gaming. It's just like I'd rather someone else just do it for me. Yeah. So I'd rather like watch someone else do it while I like do a Sudoku.
I think that's another thing. That's like, I love reading. Yeah. I could do it for, I can read for hours and be content. The thing is, with reading, you shut the entire, like you have to shut the world out and you can't do anything else. So I find myself reading most often in the car. When someone else is driving.
I can't do that. I get too car sick.
Like when we go road trips for vacation, that's what I do the entire way there. Is I grab a couple of books and I just read.
I used to be big into reading, but I have the same problem with you where it's like, the world needs to shut off. There's some people who can like listen to music while reading, or
See, I can do that too.
Do it in like a crowded room, and I'm like, how? I need to be alone. Doors need to be shut. I need no sounds. Yeah. I'm just so easily distracted. I think that like every little thing just bugged me.
See, I can do that too. I typically listen to music while
I just can't. Just like I get too distracted.
But I think it's the fact of like I could be doing a bunch of other things instead of reading.
I've been thinking about like getting into audiobooks for like the reason that like I'm really into multitasking now. Yeah. Like I love being able to like do one thing and like also being entertained by like a podcast or like a video. So I'm like, maybe audiobooks? Yeah. Is a solution for that?
Possibly. I don't know. I mean, I just have like a backlog of books that I'm like,
I have like a whole bookshelf full. I'm like, I haven't read any of those.
Yeah. But I think that's another thing that I could do for hours. I just don't as often.
Usually if I pick up a book and I start reading it, that's the hardest part. It's the hardest hurdle to jump, is to start reading a book. And then you won't see me till the book's done, because I'll sit and I'll just read for hours. But it's like I'll finish it and then it will take me like a year before I pick up another book.
See, for me it's that. Yeah. The hardest part is starting.
Starting, yeah.
It's also that for me for video games. Like, I know if I pick a game and start playing it, I'll play it for a couple hours. But for me, the hardest part is, like, starting the game. And I don't know if it's because I know I'll play for a couple hours. Yeah. Or if it's just, like, it's such a hurdle to press the A button or the X button or whatever, depending on what you're playing on. Yeah. Like, recently, PlayStation 4 just turned 4 years old, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they just had their 4th year anniversary. I got that on midnight, day one. The Nintendo Switch, I was first in line to get that. Yeah. At Walmart. So, I mean, like, I love video games. Yeah. The hardest part for me is just being like, okay, I'm gonna start one.
I think that might be my problem. Except for I always had the problem of never finishing games. Like, I don't know if they got too hard or, like, I didn't care anymore.
See, yeah.
I don't think I've finished a video game.
There's a lot of games
At least not one where it wasn't co-op.
Yeah, there's a lot of games that I don't finish. I enjoy it, but I don't think you have to finish it to enjoy it. Like,
no.
The reason I play games is for the story.
Mm-hmm.
I love, like, a good story in a video game.
I love that, too, and I think that's why I prefer watching people do them.
Yeah.
Because then I don't have to do all the work.
Yeah.
You
still get the story. But I think, yeah, like, there's some video games that I'm like, I have to finish this story.
Yeah.
For me, the one that sticks out the most is Life is Strange.
Yeah.
Which was in the beginning, it was like an episodic one. I think there were 5 or 6 episodes to it. And I waited until they came out with a physical version of it that had...
Just kick your table. Oops.
That had all of it, like the entire season or whatever, the whole game in one, along with the soundtrack and like this photo album book thing and everything. But for me, the biggest thing in a video game is story. Gameplay is very crucial.
Yeah.
But I think a game is enhanced so much more if it has a good story with it. So that's kind of why, like, I don't like playing a bunch of online games. Like, I'll play Overwatch. I like Overwatch.
Yeah.
But I don't play a lot of online games because I feel like the story either takes too long or there's just not a story there at all.
I feel like I'm more drawn to games like that. Like, because I love, like, Zelda. I love the Zelda franchise. I think the furthest I've gotten in a Zelda game is I started playing Ocarina of Time. Mm-hmm. I got through the first dungeon, and then I didn't play anymore. But, like, every time a new Zelda game comes out, I always look forward to my brother buying it, and then me just sitting and watching him play the whole thing. Because I love all the Zelda storylines. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not going to put all that time into doing it myself.
Yeah.
But a lot of my favorite games to play are the ones that, like you said, that you don't like because of the story. I like playing Overwatch just because I feel like it's like, oh, I haven't played Overwatch in a while, and then I'll go on and I'll play it for, hours.
See,
I do the same thing with Smash Bros. Because it's like, especially, I mean, I know Brawl had that storyline, but Brawl doesn't count because it sucks. Yeah. But, like, you can kind of just pick it up and start playing it. I do the same thing with Minecraft. You kind of have, like, the story, but it's like Minecraft, you just start a new world all the time and, like,
see, that's what I was gonna bring up.
Oh, really?
So love Overwatch. Absolutely love Overwatch. I have it for both the PS4 and my PC. Like, I bought it twice. Okay. I love Overwatch. Fantastic game. I can't do Minecraft. Like, the only Minecraft I was able to, like, do is when we got... Gabe and I downloaded the Pixelmon, which is Pokemon in Minecraft.
They got rid of that. They don't do that anymore.
They ended it, yeah. Yeah, but you can still add it. You can still add the mod. Yeah, you can still download it and add the mod and stuff. But that was the only version of Minecraft that I ever played and was like, I'm looking forward to playing it. Yeah. Minecraft is fascinating to me. Yeah. I think because of the lack of story. There's a little bit of a story. But because of the lack of story and, like, motivational drive and set a goal, I'm lost.
Really?
Yeah, I can't come up with... And I'm like...
Minecraft's Minecraft's like the game that got me back into gaming. Okay. Because like the first game I ever played, like video game, was Super Smash Bros. Melee. That's when I was like 4 or 5, and it blew my mind. I absolutely loved it. But then it's like I kind of got older and I didn't really play games that much. I'd play like Smash and that'd be about it, and Mario Kart. But I remember when I was in high school, I think I was a freshman, and it was me, Beret, and then 2 of our friends. They're like, hey, I'm gonna bring the Xbox over. Mm-hmm. It's like, we should all play Minecraft. And I didn't really know what Minecraft was at the time. And we started playing it, and I fell in love with it. And it started to be like a daily thing. We'd all go to my house after school and play Minecraft until like 8 o'clock at night. Mm-hmm. And that's how I got kind of like reintroduced to video games. Yeah. And I could sit and play Minecraft for hours. And I don't know if it was like kind of the creative aspects to it, or just the fact that like there isn't really a goal. It's kind of like you go at your own pace. Mm-hmm. You kind of set your own goals. There's, one end goal. But half the time, like, I beat Minecraft one time. Yeah. And then, like, that was it. Like, half the time, if I ever play Minecraft, which is hardly ever anymore, I don't really play it. It was more of, like a high school thing for me. I loved it in high school. It's, like, all I played. But, like, I would constantly start new worlds, and then, like, I'd get bored with them, delete them, start a new one, and then spend hours into that one.
See, I have this weird conflict with Minecraft.
Yeah.
Is that I think it's a fantastic game.
Yeah.
Like, I love... Like, I'll watch people play Minecraft.
Yeah.
I love Minecraft. I will start it, and I'll find myself being like, oh, I should play Minecraft. And then I start, and then I'm staring at this world that just created, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Like, recently, a couple weeks ago...
Okay, I'll let you go, and then I have a question.
A couple weeks ago, Gabe and I were playing, because I'm like, I don't want to do an intense game.
Yeah.
I just kind of want, like, a relaxing game. So I'm like, let's play Minecraft. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, let's do it. And so we hop in, and he's doing his thing, and I'm kind of lost. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
So what did I do? I ended up killing the cows. A cow would pop up, or I'd see a cow, I would kill it. Another one, I would kill it. Another one, I'm like, I don't know what to do, so I'm just gonna kill cows. Gets to the point where Gabe's like, oh, it's getting dark outside. Come over here. I built a cave base thing.
You're that guy. You're the one just, like, going around killing cows while the other guy does all the hard work. It's like, I built your house for you. Here's your bed.
Well, he's like, I mean, like, I was gonna dig my own, like, little cave and be there. But Gabe's like, just come on in. I'm like, okay. He's like, I'm like, wow, fancy. You've been busy.
Yeah.
He's like, what have you been doing? I'm like, killing a few cows. And he's like, oh, okay. He's like, well, I made this furnace so you can throw in all the food there, and you can cook
like 3 stacks of steak.
I throw it in and back out. Gabe looks at the furnace. I hear him from the other room. You have 63 of these?
Oh, almost a full stack.
I'm like, yeah? He's like, you realize that a cow maybe drops 1? How many cows did you kill? I'm like, I don't know. You left me on my own, so this was what I decided to do. Like, that's how I do Minecraft. But I find myself drawn to it. Yeah. But once I start it, I'm like,
here's the thing,
I don't know what to do.
Like, you kind of just have to develop a system for Minecraft. Because I noticed when, like, people have, like, played Minecraft tons of times, like, on different worlds, everyone has their own system. So maybe it's just, like, you haven't figured out a system yet.
I think that's it.
Yeah,
I think I need
because it's like the first few times I played Minecraft, it was just me getting killed, and like everyone be like, "Jaylene, you died again. Better go back and get your stuff."
That's seriously what it is. I get killed and I kill cows, and that's all I do because I don't know what else to do.
But like now, I go in and like the world loads. I'm like, okay, cut down trees, build a basic shelter, kill all the sheep you can so you can get wool. It's like I have a whole system now, so it's kind of like you kind of just have to like create your own like objectives and goals. So,
see, I think that's it. I
don't. Do you need someone to like write it out for you?
I need someone to give me like a written out guide. Here are some goals to do.
I like the freedom of like I can do anything in any order at any pace. It's just kind of nice.
My thing is, I think if I sat down and I kind of looked at the different tactics of Minecraft and like how different people play, and then find out what mine is, then I think I'd fall in love with it. Yeah. Because currently I'm lost. Yeah. Like. I
was gonna ask you, I'm like, would you do better with like a group setting rather than you just on your own?
See,
where everyone kind of contributes?
I do play in like a group setting. Like I don't.
Yeah, where it's just like, okay, you get the wood, you kill all the sheep, you start building the shelter. So like you kind of work it out. Whereas if you're playing on your own, you kind of just gotta figure it out.
Yeah, because like when I do the Pixelmon mod, it'd be like, mine this, get this, or put it in the furnace, smelt it so that you can make Pokeballs to go out and capture all of them. Yeah. And I was like, I'm all in. I know what to do. I don't have to build a shelter. I just have this house over here. I just have to worry about making some Pokeballs and catching them. And like, in love with that. And I think another thing goes back to, I remember when Minecraft was like a 6x6 piece of earth. Yeah. In the game. To the point where I remember one day, Angel, he came over with a flash drive. He's like, you gotta check this out. I'm like, okay. He's like, it's called Minecraft, and you can do whatever. And it was like a 6x6 piece of earth with a tree in the middle, and that was it. And so I'm like, okay, cool. Played that for like ever. Really? Yeah. And I brought it home, and I showed it to Gabe. I'm like, Gabe, check this out. This is gonna be big. I'm like, I don't know how I know, but this is gonna be big. Wanted nothing to do with it. He's like, this is stupid. I don't know what you're talking about. And then you guys kind of, like,
flip-flopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as soon as it, like, hit mainstream, it became a big thing. He's like, Minecraft. I have to get Minecraft for everything. Like, I have to play it. I have to get the books so I know what I'm doing. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, it's Minecraft.
like, weird you guys just switched.
Like, not trying to be, like, hipster or anything about it. But by the time it hit mainstream and stuff, I was like, okay.
It's like, alright.
Like, cool.
How long have we spent talking about Minecraft? This is just sad.
A while, because we've been on this topic for, like, 30 minutes, probably.
I did not think that this podcast would end up with us talking about Minecraft for this long.
But yeah, so, like, that's my affinity with Minecraft and how I can spend my time, so.
I used to be able to play Minecraft for hours. But did you ever, like, dabble in creative mode?
Yeah. That I think I did more of than... In the beginning, I did more of that than survival because
that like, doesn't surprise me with you. You seem like more of the... Because I like things. Creative mode was fun for me for maybe an hour, and then I didn't like it anymore, and I wanted to go back to survival. Yeah. I remember when I was in high school, and I think we were... I was on a bus. I think I was, like, coming home from, like, a football game or something.
Okay.
Like, with the band. Surprise, surprise, I was also in marching band. But we're coming home, and I'm talking to this girl on the bus with me, and we were talking about Minecraft. And she's just like, yeah, she's like, I only play on creative mode, though. And I'm like, oh, you know, whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's like, yeah, I think survival's for boys and creative mode's more for girls. And I wanted to punch her, because I'm like, no. It's like, I love survival mode. It's so much more fun. Even though half the time I would just, like, get killed all the time. Yeah. Like, creepers would come blow me up. I'm a lot better at it now, probably. I haven't played in a while, but I bet I could do a lot better now.
Guarantee you're better than me.
But I'm like, really? It's like, I never play in creative mode. Yeah. But.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think we should stop talking about Minecraft.
Probably.
I'm going to revert back to, like, my 15-year-old self.
I mean, that's the final topic.
It is.
I mean,
we're gonna end on Minecraft.
We're gonna end on Minecraft.
Oh my god, that's so sad.
Do you have any closing comments? Anything you wanna add, say?
I'm trying to think of something Minecraft related.
Minecraft related?
Yeah.
Steve. Just say Steve.
When you play Minecraft, get wood first. That's my tip.
That's your tip?
Do you have a Minecraft tip?
Do I have a Minecraft
When
tip?
you open up Survival New World, what do you do first?
Build a sword and kill cows.
There you have it.
That's my Minecraft tip. Build a sword, build an axe, kill cows.
You might need a shelter first, or else the creepers are gonna get you.
Well, that's why I have a little brother to build the shelter. Or you just dig a hole at night and live in it. Like what I do. Yep.
Okay.
That's my tip.
All right.
That's it. The end of the episode.
End of episode 5?
5, yeah.
Yeah, wow, the big 5.
The big 5. What
are you going to do for 10? Are you going to have like a celebration?
A cake? Maybe a cupcake.
Ooh.
It's not big enough for an actual cake.
Not even a full-size cupcake. Get one of those real mini ones.
A mini cupcake. That's what we'll do.
Yeah.
We'll do a mini cupcake for episode 10.
All right.
How about that?
That'll work.
Okay.
Hopefully I'm on.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Then you can enjoy the mini cupcake
Yeah,
too.
We'll have to like split a miniature cupcake.
Okay. Well, that ends it for episode 5.
Yes.
Of the For Honors podcast.
Did you think we'd make it this far?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I had no clue how far this would go.
Well, we surpassed your expectations.
I know, right?
I just butchered that sentence.
Hey,
I think I've been talking for too long.
Probably. Almost an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yeah.
All that talk about Minecraft.
Yeah, we apologize for this past hour and a half.
I don't. No regrets.
Okay, guys. Well, if you enjoyed the past hour and a half with us ending on Minecraft, you can always check back next week, Wednesdays at noon, where we post every single day.
And
every week.
Let us know what we should talk about. I think we should include this. Your mom was very nice to write you out a list of topics.
She did create a list as well.
Yeah.
So she is helping.
Any mothers out there who would like to create a list of topics to one-up Tyler's mom, you're more than welcome. Mm-hmm. Or you can just leave your topic suggestions in the comments.
In the comments below. Let us know what you think about Minecraft.
Or don't,
Do
because...
you like it?
Or don't, because it's 2018.
Or it's 2018. You know, Minecraft is still a thing in 2018, believe it or not.
Oh my gosh.
But anyways, as always, it's been a fantastic hour and a half. Some would say, others would probably disagree. But if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to check back. Leave a little comment, hit the like button, share this with anyone and everyone if you really did enjoy it. And as always, I will see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.